This is about how I met my fifth cousin. This summer, we went to Poland on a trip organized by my brother-in-law, Sandy. And in preparation for the trip, I contacted my cousin Aryeh, who has done an extensive family history, and asked him if he had addresses of our relatives who lived in Poland, because we were going to be in those areas where our family had lived. And he said, I don't have any addresses, but let me introduce you to your fifth cousin, Jadwiga, who lives in Warsaw. And that's how he introduced us via email. So we made arrangements to meet while I was in Warsaw, and I thought about what should I bring her? It seems like a gift should be appropriate, and the book didn't seem quite right. She doesn't speak very good English. Red Sox cap seemed frivolous. And then I thought about our family plant. So let me explain to you about the family plant. So Tante Adele traveled from New York to Poland in the 1920s, and she visited the relatives who were all very poor, and they wanted to give her a gift to bring back, and they gave her a cutting of a Hoya plant. This is a Hoya plant. And somehow she brought that home on the ship and put it in water and let the roots grow nice and strong, and then put it in dirt. And the plant did well, and we propagated it and cut off the vines and cut more, and over the next 90 years, the plant spread from generation to generation and family to family, and all our cousins have this plant in the house. So this is what I decided to bring to Jadwiga. Let me explain a fifth cousin, by the way, because I didn't know what a fifth cousin was either. You may be wondering. But if you go back 6 generations, we descend from the same people. David and Rivka Ringelheim, who were born in the late 1700s. So when I met Jadwiga, I was curious to know who she was. We didn't think we had any family in Poland. Either everyone had left or had perished. And she explained that her mother was a child during the war, and when things were getting really bad, her mother was told to run away and save herself. And a non-Jewish family took her in, hid her till the end of the war. And then after the war, she tried to resume normalcy. She got married, she had children, and she took that terrible part of her life and just put it behind her. She never spoke of it until Jadwiga was in her 30s, about 25 years ago. And her mother finally told her what her childhood was. And Jadwiga first felt angry that her mother hadn't told her. Then it turned to humiliation. Why hadn't she asked her mother about her childhood? And then it morphed into a real interest in finding this Ringelheim family. And finally, when there was a Facebook page that cousin Aryeh put up called Ringelheims Unite, and Jadwiga found that, and we discovered her as well as part of the family. So when I met her, I brought her the plant and explained how it had come from east to west and now west to east. And she didn't react that much, so I wasn't sure how she felt about it. But when I got home, after a couple weeks, she wrote an email to thank me for the plant and said that the roots were growing long and strong and they were ready to be planted in the dirt. Yeah.
Stories are great. It's a beautiful story. It just reminded me